Okay, now welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the graphic design training. I believe we're doing great today. Right now, I will show you how to make a very simple flyer on your Android smartphone using your PixelLab as usual. So, without wasting much of our time, let's get started. Let's set our size to 120 by 120, the height and the width on our PixelLab. Since we all know that our PixelLab work with pixel, this is what they call a square size or custom size. Click OK. Sorry. Just go in there. You can select the square size directly. It will give you the same thing. But one thing that some people do not know, even when you have 1280 by 1280, we give you the same size. Square size. Either you select 1280 or 1024. The two. Now heading back to your gallery. When you get to the gallery, then the next thing you need to do, select the background you want to use. So this is the background I want to use. This is where I have to do some kind of a manipulation. So the first thing I will do, I have the particular topic which they give me, the flyer should contain is a seductive Tuesday. Okay, it says seductive Tuesday. So what I need to do at that level is that I have to give an hierarchy to this to make it more bold than other. And how can I do that? So let's look at a font called let me look for one font which is tall and can be, I forgot the name, Morganite. Very good. So I have a font called a Morganite bold. So I will reduce the size, and I guess this can give me exactly what I want perfectly. So when I get that, I will first of all reduce the size and have it position around here. Very cool. Then use my relative position. When I do that, I will quickly go to where the color is, give it color pink, just as perfect as this. Then I will go to opacity, reduce the opacity and allow this thing to be reflecting. After that, copy, have the color being changed as well, but don't touch the opacity. Have it reduced as well, but more obvious than the previous one. When you're able to do that, relative position instantly. Well, after that has been done, we need another one. Well, that one will have to be obvious. So go to the opacity and you release where you hide it. But give a gradient to this one. I have two color which has already selected. This is one of the key color buckets. We have another color bucket as well. Then I marry the two together to form the gradient, since the gradient is only one that is allowed two color to be matched together. After that has been done, I will keep this one aside. Go and select the image that look like sedative. I make my finding and I got this. I've blended the bottom using my PSCC on mobile to fade the background, the lower part. Then when I select and position this, we can see how this one work. But I quickly need to make this one more obvious, as I said before. So let it be coming out a little bit, and this is perfect. After that has been done, lock everything and excluding the last one, and you lock the image as well. That one will give you an opportunity. You can see why you bring this one to the top. But the one thing that what will happen to this one is this: you have to centralize this as well. When you centralize, what will happen next? What will happen is this one is not obvious, but I need to go to the shadow, allow the shadow to read. When I allow the shadow, I will make it more darker by click the plus sign. Just touch this one a little bit, it will be more darker. After that, enable the outer glow. Then you enable the offset Y. When you enable the offset Y, let it be coming out and serve as it will be coming out, increasing this. Okay, very good. But don't let it leave the mouth. And that one will be able to cover the lower part and not make it to be exposed. Are you getting it? And when you're able to do that, we use the raw stuff to cover the whole scenario, other thing. But don't let it be too dark to the extent that you won't be able to control. So you can reduce the size to make it more fade. Okay? So reduce it well. So when you reduce this as well. And the blur radius should be reduced or increased. So I'm reducing the blur radius. So something to hit. So when we got that, I will reduce this a bit. So we should be able to see what is obtainable here. So I will shift this one to the left. Even I don't want to see the middle. Okay, perfect. And I guess as this one was made, everything is seemed to be perfect, and the shadow not too much. Why do I make it to be like that? I intentionally make it to be like that so that it will cover the lower part. Now go in there, okay? Just go in there and you have your tools there immediately. You have your tools there. Check your writing stuff to make sure that your spelling correct. Choose there. Then you go to the font type. When you get to the font type, then the next thing you need to do, choose when we select this Tuesday, is this one can work? Let's check this out. Okay, and I guess this is cool. So when we have that, we position this one here. There are two magic which we are going to perform here. We are going to change the color to, let's change the color to this first. So we tap the color from here. So change it. So we are going to copy. So when you copy, have the color being changed back to white, and we are going to position that here. But when you have the two, we are going to just the first one, apply what we call a shadow. Okay, apply the shadow, reduce the opacity, reduce the blurriness, enable the outer glow, and you drop the offset while a little bit. Quickly adjust the second one. When you click on the opacity, the reason why I normally fast when I get here is because you can apply anyhow you want. You can copy. When you copy at this level, you have to be watching what you are applying, because what you are selecting or the font you might want to use might be quite different from my own. You select and make the blurriness and the opacity depends on how you want it to be set, and you're applying it, just be looking at it. You see how the thing will show and how it's going to work. So as you can see, everything seems to be perfect. So look at the text area. Have what we call a flyer launch. As I said, we have a flyer launch. The best font we need to use is called a Montezera, the one that is bold a little bit. Okay, then you are going to position that around there, but somehow big anyway. So we have this result, and what we need to do next is to centralize. After centralization, marry the two together, the two Tuesday, and when you marry it together, you should be able to shift it up a little bit. After that, you are going to shift this one up a little bit as well, and you position it to the center. Now that that has been done, we can now say Allen Avenue, just in capital letter, Allen Avenue, comma, area 2, kilometer 2, Lagos State. Okay, perfect. Go to the font and use Montezera that is not bold as that. If you don't see any, check your phone and you search. Look at the one that is not bold and it's not somehow light. So you reduce the size very well. Reduce the size if possible. You can have a change of mind because it's supposed not to be too tiny as well. So let's use the one we used before. And when you have that, the space in between the alphabet should be too long. Okay, so it should be too long, but not too long like that. So we position this to the center. So when you position that to the center, you are indirectly making sense. Then what we need to do next is to just have RSVP number which you need to position. So we have 07034660781. This for educational purpose. When everything scatter like this on your PixelLab, just tap on 3 line dots, click on recover to save, and you click the first one. If it still scatter, you can click and go and click the second one. That one is to what? To return back to what you are doing. So it means the previous actions will be undone, and you need to just select and you arrange everything quickly. So have everything been reduced. So bring it, come here, go to space the alphabet. Okay, So when you space the alphabet, use your relative position to center. So if possible, increase the size. When you increase the size, okay, reduce the size, the space in between should be reduced. Then after that has been done, reduce it very well. Position to the center, and this seems to be cool. Okay, so we just put the RCV. So we have RSVP 07034600781. So you can put an hyphen. So while we position this underneath, then after that you position it well. We can increase the size to this a little bit to make it fitting where we position that. Okay, perfect. Then the next thing that remain now is a kind of an adjustment that will make the whole work okay. And how can we quickly do that? So I'm thinking of moving the seductive and the Tuesday a little bit up. So when I move it a little bit up, I'll be able to move the flyer and other stuff. So the flyer and other stuff should move so that there will be a little space at the bottom. I will still remerge and decentralize it. Okay, not merging, centralize. Okay, perfect. Now we are good to go. The rest thing that we need to do to make everything more okay and more cool, we are going to select a shape like this. When you select that shape, just look like use a color picker to pick this particular deep color or something like this. So when you select this, okay, perfect. So we are going to crop, go to stroke, apply white stroke, something like 4. Then we are going to position that and rotate it. So what I'm going to do next is to just position this around here while we rotate it a little bit. Then it has to be positioned here, or depends on the area you want. Go back to the shadow, apply a shadow instantly, then reduce the blurriness and you make your offset to come down. Okay, let it come down a bit. Then go to the shadow, adjust the shadow a little bit to be more obvious and transparent. Okay, I guess this is perfect. So now that we have that one being done, so we can quickly run to our text area where we have what we call June. We have June 13. So you have go to the font. So the font we are going to use will be somehow bigger. So we can use Biber's font, the one that is bold, that will be easily presentable around here. So we are going to position it inside this particular frame, but we can cover this. So by deleting the 13, while the June will be able to have a breathing space, or we reduce the size a bit. So have your rotation, perfect, and this is minus 11. So that, copy this and you have 13. Have your position around this, just adjust it manually. Close the space in between the 1 and 3 just a bit. Just shift it away from June. Let it have a breathing space, but not much. Then you cross check, and I guess this is perfect. So the next thing we need to do, we can position something at the middle of this to make it obvious. Without wasting much of our time, this one requires techniques. So we can have a sand by, and where are we going to position we need a lighter color. So let's say we want to use the font we used before is called Morganite. So we need a Morganite that is somehow light, not really bold. So I'm using this Morganite, okay, and that will be positioned around here. So I will not stress. Just make sure you position that here, but increase the size a bit. So only the color will be changed. Change this color. Why we are going to copy this? So when you copy, you have DJ flyer. Then we use our Morganite, the one we bought. So we follow the hierarchy. Don't allow it to exceed at that particular area. So change the color to white to be on better side. Then you are going to copy the one at the top, have the color being changed, and change the content. Let's say we have 8 p.m. to, let's say, 3 a.m. So have it in capital letter. Then we are going to position that here. And when we check, we are going to adjust to make sure that it follow the proper stuff. Then after that, bring this one down. You can have the color being changed, or you leave it with this color, but I want to change mine to this since I'll give it different hierarchy. Just to make sure you bring this one down so that there won't be space in between it, and make sure you reduce it in one click. Just make it to be 89, and you check properly. Make sure there is a proper alignment here and there's not any exceeding. So I can still change it once. So this is perfect. So the next thing we need to do after that has been done, so we have what we call we copy this, then we have only club present. What are they present? They present a seductive Tuesday. So the space in between this should be justifiable. So if this one is not taking it, we are going to bring the image down a bit. So going back to the image, tap on the image, go to the movement arrow, and you bring it down a bit, and I guess that would be okay or alright. So and when you do that, we are going to marry this and you bring it down a bit. So we want the two stuff to be showing, why this will be showing as well. So the seductive and the Tuesday should have a free stuff. Seductive and Tuesday. Okay, so let's move that. And I guess this is cool. Perfect. So after that, the flyer and all that with the RSVP should have their own freedom as well. So we bring it down. Good. Position to the center. Okay, perfect. Now we have little one, no cover, free parking. So what can I do that? I will copy from here. So we have no cover. You can see no cover. So we have this one done, free parking. So when we add that, we are going to align to the right, not left. And when we align to the right, we are going to position this around here. Quickly use your this, then click OK. Use it as a kind of a demarcation, and you position it here. Quickly go there into your gallery and you import this particular pattern, design pattern, to position it here to make it a local. Then beside it, we can have this particular stuff being positioned around there, and everything seems to be cool. Now the difference, let's close the gap in between these particular ways, a gap a bit. So when we don't do that, the rest are simple. Perfect. And now we are able to put a finishing touch to this, and this is one of the best flyer which you can make on your Android smartphone using your PixelLab. And I believe we'll learn something from here. Thanks for watching once again. God bless you. Make sure you have your work being saved with Ultra, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you find this video useful. And don't forget to turn on the bell icon so that you can be notified whenever I update my channel with new videos like this. You can have your work being saved as a project as well. So I have seductive night. Let me put it that way. Then you have your work being saved. So when you save that way, you can easily come back, then check all your work, then tap again if you want to edit. And this is it. Thanks for watching.